Your mic was muted, but now it's not. I'm trying to figure out why my chat dock went away in OBS. I'm not sure what has changed. Guess it doesn't really matter. I'll answer it in a second. It's Orion.
I don't understand what's happening.
Oh, and then that's got to be. There.
Oh, so you haven't seen This Is Spinal Tap, have you?
No, but I have it.
I don't know how that movie holds up. From my memory, super fucking funny movie about an 80s rock band, egos flying and all this and instrument jokes. However, they do a song in there, and the whole joke of the song is great. The song is called Big Bottom.
And it's all basses, right?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Look at that. I kind of figured things out. I don't know how everybody else would feel about this. Because we're not like sharing all of these, but here is How are you, Ryan?
Perpetually tired.
Well, it is exhausting to live in our modern American nightmare.
Yeah.
Perpetual exhaustion.
Yep.
I've never worded it like that, but I too, as of late, have just felt exhausted. I do things that need to be done. I'm not shirking the shower or the laundry or the job, but my God, if I'm not just tired and want to watch some YouTube.
Pretty much.
So what are the unnific, the Undecided? What would it be? Unnific or Undecided?
Unnific.
We're the unnific. I play bass in Damon Band now, Ryan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How's all that going?
Pretty good. We've jammed twice. The next one is tentatively scheduled for Friday. I don't know how I feel about other people's timeliness, but we'll see. We'll see how things play out. You know, showing up 2 hours after the time you say you're going to be there kind of sucks, but
Yeah.
but I just want to play music, and so I'm going to deal with it. But there's this guy.
I feel you. I tried recording some train tick the other day, but I need better sound.
You've been working on it?
Way
Is that
better
what you
than
said?
it was, but it's not good. Yeah.
How do I adjust this? There it is. The Ryan volume up. That's better, I think. Should be like significantly louder.
Am I quiet in the room?
You were, but you're better now. A little better. Your volume bar was at like 50%. So you figure out where's a good place to record in your house?
I mean, yes and no. I've got some ideas, but the problem is I'm tethered to a computer. I don't have a laptop, so
So you need wireless keyboard and a long XLR and to memorize some macros.
Something like that, yeah.
Maybe a long HDMI and a little monitor.
I thought about that too. I've got a little tiny TV in my closet.
Yeah, it wouldn't need to be anything fancy, just enough for you to be able to see enough to make sure you're in the right spot and start and stop recording.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cody was almost going to play drums for us, but the vocalist wanted her boyfriend to play drums. So her boyfriend, Chris, and our vocalist, Jury, we just played with the new drummer for the first time on Friday. He's pretty good. He's got to actually learn the songs. You know, it was just kind of improvising along with it, and that sounded all right, but when we hear what he actually wants to play is when we'll actually know for sure, but we'll see. Other guitar player's name is Steve-O. He's the old guy now. He's like 45. So Damon is yet again just barely not the old guy.
Pissed Damon off by just naming the older guy Great Grandpa.
Great Gramps Steve-O.
Like, no, you're still Grandpa. When's Grandma gonna cook?
What are we having for supper?
I'll still never forget the day that Damon was like, "You're older now than I was when you called me grandpa."
I've been older than I was when I was calling him grandpa for a long time.
Yep.
Because I was like when I was 18.
He was like, what, 27? Grandpa!
He was younger than that. So we just figured it out. He's 7 years older than me. We're talking about this on Friday. So when I was 18, he was 25, and I was calling him Grandpa Damon.
Yep.
And now he's 40. Now he's turning 41 this summer.
Yep. I agree. I think we started playing in 2010.
I would have met him in the summer of 2010 because it was just after my senior year.
Yeah.
So I guess actually I was 17 at the time. So he was turning 25. He was 20. He would have been 24 when we first saw him with that cover band doing the power stance.
Yes.
At the good old skate land.
I remember that. You guys find anything familiar?
What was that?
Are you guys finding anything familiar? Or is it all stuff?
It's all new stuff. I think we're gonna do a couple covers. I don't know that that's been completely decided. We currently have 3 songs. I think 2 of them have lyrics written, and they're currently working on the third. One is very much a Damon song. I'm in the wrong tuning, but it's that very Damon stuff. Then there's
Yes.
Never Was It Mine, which has a cool job for a cowboy thing. That's this guy that I actually have pulled up over here. That's Steve-O doing the screams. He's the other guitar player. And then this is Jury on vocals. The drums are just programmed stuff that I think Steve-O wrote. I believe that is actually Damon's guitar and Steve-O's guitar. And then maybe Damon recorded bass, maybe MIDI bass. I'm not certain on that track, but I slightly changed the bass line on that one. So, and then...
All right. It sounds real good.
And then there's Saviors, which is my song with lead bass that I was just doing. That's also in A. I have the track here. I'm not going to play along because it'll sound bad because I'm in D.
You want this bass?
Yeah, we'll just swap for a second. You want to do the Undecided stuff on that guy?
On this one?
On this one?
Oh yeah, I'll probably.
I won't go over.
And you got your bass at like a reasonable height. I got my bass at I wish I was in Dream Theater height.
That part, this is the really easy part that I always fuck up. course, this. Guys,
I was trying to make Ryan big.
guess who's munching on edibles?
Damon.
Yeah.
Ha, Damon's doing weed. What a fucking. No, I'm just kidding.
You lost the sleeve to your plug. I don't think it really matters. That just threads onto your plug, onto your cable. See how it's all black? The cable.
Damn, edibles will fuck me up though, so. I assume, he just doesn't want to smoke, of course. Hopefully. Was it edibles for sleep?
Yeah, mostly. Then apparently they gave him some at the Ren Fair. And,
Maybe for anxiety.
yeah, and it really helped him with the crowds.
People.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, man, I see that. I've been saying for years that I don't do the weed to get all fucked up. I'm just wrapping my brain in a nice warm fuzzy blanket, especially in social situations that cause my anxiety to skyrocket.
Yeah.
Still partially use it for a
But like, it's funny because like with Damon, I asked him like once years ago. I offered, he said nope. I took that answer and I let that be his answer, and I never asked him again. And so then just to find out that he's doing edibles is like, what the fuck, man? Without me?
We'll end up in his pool, just like, no, dude, I just got the cold water at the neck. I feel, a couple hours.
So the nice thing about this other band is that for once I'm not the guy, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can definitely get behind not being the guy. It's definitely more of a Steve-O and Damon-led project, and I'm just here to play bass guitar, and I can really get behind that. I'm sure it won't be long before I insert myself anyway, but...
I guess if I learned keyboards really quick, I could use that as an excuse to buy a small laptop, or I just take my Steam Deck with me all the time.
That would be funny to be running a Steam Deck on stage.
Well, I do want the lap dock. There's a 15-inch one on Amazon that comes with a full keyboard, numpad, and everything. $189. And
That's not too obscene.
No, not at all. So I'm probably gonna.
And it is just a little computer. It's got the power.
Yep.
I've been pretty happy with this laptop. I didn't pay a ton for it, and it's held up pretty good. It does what I need to. It's not like a super crazy gaming machine or anything, but
MSI.
it is an Asus.
Okay.
Asus. Dealer's choice.
That laptop I used to have that I sold to Paul, it's still holding up, even though part of the plastic on the screen is busted. So you gotta like use a knife to open it, kinda, and then.
Well, I say that, but I do need to replace a fan in it.
Same with
have
his.
A bearing
He's
that's
got
going out. This is really bad. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I got this computer and it was pre-2020. Might have been, it was 2018 or 2019. So it's not a new computer by any means.
I'm still just using the computer I got from you.
Which I think I built that in like 2014. if not earlier. That might have been like 2012.
Maybe.
It was really before I knew
It's
what I
holding
was
up
doing.
okay.
Huh?
Said it's holding up okay.
Yes.
I assume still got the weird RAM issue.
No.
Oh, you did get that figured out?
Yeah.
You know, you may have told me that. I just forgot. Because now that you say that, it
I
does
can't
sound
remember
familiar.
what I did to fix it.
Did you get a new kit of RAM? Was it that it was a bad RAM stick?
I did get new RAM, but I don't think I fixed it. I want to say
Was
it was
it
some BIOS setting.
Was it a bad slot? Was it a bad like RAM slot on the board? I don't remember, but it was
It could
something
have been
bad.
that. And then I replaced the GPU with a different one.
Yeah, that 1050 was getting pretty old.
I can play Kingdom Hearts 3 on it. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's still the last generation they did before they switched to the RTX stuff, and it was the 1050 Ti, so it was the newer version of the card, but it's still an old architecture. I don't know. Probably reasonable for if you're doing like any kind of esports stuff. You're not gonna get like 200 frames a second out of it, but you'll get a solid 60.
Yeah, you got good thumb. Like
My thumb does this. Apparently that's good.
I'm like slightly upset at the fact that you have conquered the going into the string.
I got the down, I still don't have the up.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about that. That'll come.
And then I still am muting the string a bit with the skin around my knuckle, because my
Yeah.
knuckle's a bit bony and it sticks out a bit, and so like it's kind of, if it barely touches you, sometimes I get like weird harmonics because it's like barely lightly touching the string, and depending on where my thumb is, it can give me like a touch harmonic.
I've been working on fours lately where it's like if I arc my pinky on the pickup, but then I can't. I have a hard time doing that. Let's say if we take I just want to do it on 2 strings. 4 notes is a lot more difficult to get that middle finger in there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like some real bass player shit.
No, well, it's some Victor Wooten shit. Real bass player shit would just be, you know. Look, I have a job.
I'm not afraid of a pick.
I don't even know, like. My 12-bar blues, I don't know that in bass, but or how to walk, really. I can fake it.
I can play the tabs as written.
Yes.
As long as they're not too difficult.
I get some bored time at work, and lately, just so I'm not like sitting on my phone, I don't want to get caught like sitting on my phone. You know, I move a couple boxes, but I think to myself about the fretboard and about notes, and I like play this small game with myself on like, all right, where's C sharp? I'm pretty sure it's 4th fret of the A string because A sharp, B, C sharp. So I just do that at times like, okay, where's B flat?
So Reddit has now discovered that I'm playing bass and has started suggesting r/bass to me. And one of the posts somebody had posted was like, what are some things that helped you get better at bass, whatever. Somebody commented that their old bass teacher used to have a hat with all the notes in it. And when you walked in, you had to draw a random note out. And so you got A sharp. And then you'd have to go through and find every A sharp on the fretboard. And then once you like got to the point where you were reasonably like knowing everything, you'd pick out the note and be like, okay, now play this scale in that key in different places on the fretboard and all of that. And so, yeah, I think I need to start randomly just trying to figure out where notes are. Because I've been playing this instrument for, not this one specifically, but stringed instruments for like 20 years now.
Fretted stringed instruments.
I still don't have the fretboard memorized. Hi, Moaya.
Hello.
She doesn't realize yet. There it is. Staring at the wall.
No one knows what it's like to be not pet.
Oh, it's kind of hot and humid and sticky out there.
Yeah, I don't know. She was completely unconscious. Like she was not even awake.
It's pretty warm in this garage.
And Mariah, yeah, Ryan's on.
Hi, Ryan.
He's there.
All right.
There's Ryan. He's in a little box. That's funny. But yeah, it was kind of scary. I hope she's okay.
Yeah, apparently she said she was driving home and she saw an ambulance and pulled over, and then the ambulance stopped a little ways up the road ahead of her. So then she went and kept going, and apparently there was a lady on her lawnmower passed out in her front yard or whatever. And that's what the ambulance was going to. But yeah, it's pretty humid today. This is our first real warm day of the year.
I've been getting a lot of phone messages this year that I haven't felt like I got before that says UV index is extremely high.
82 with a real feel of 95.
That's what it feels like.
I get those UV warnings down here a lot.
Oh, I bet.
In Arkansas.
Yep.
It's hot.
It is currently 81. According to the Googly.
Yeah, we just got a lot of humidity right now. It's not too absurdly hot, but it is absurdly humid.
It feels humid in here. I don't think it's that good outside though. I gotta clean my garage and then fix the door.
It is 56% humidity right now. I had a thought, and then now the thought is gone. And I don't remember what
I'm
the
at
thought was other than
65%
that
here.
I had it. Hey, let her out when Cody got here. Round one. Bye.
Peace.
In the basement of the David Kramer.
What's that?
I said in the basement of the David Kramer
Eh,
instead of in the hall of the Mountain King.
Welcome to our podcast. Two bassists and a singer, where we talk about mostly bass, but sometimes singing.
I promise there's no cups involved.
We got repeating Mariah on the right screen.
Yeah, YouTube's display always lags behind, and then if I select it, I can like fast forward to live, and it'll catch up. And then it just gets out of sync. Especially if I choose something else as like my main window. Project Hail Mary finally released on digital. So I have the actual release of that now. That movie fucking rules.
I wondered what you thought about it.
Yeah, I really liked it. I feel like a lot of things kind of got really skimmed over, but you're adapting what is a 16-hour audiobook into a 2.5-hour movie. Things got to go. Other things got to get moved along pretty quickly. But there are some things that I was a little disappointed got left out. But everything that was adapted was done really well and was really good. I just, wish it was 10 hours instead of 2.5, really, is my only complaint.
I know it's going to be a much better time than I had with Life, and I had a great time with Life.
Yeah, because it's definitely a much more feel-good story. I say that, but I literally cried twice in theaters.
Yeah, I didn't cry during Life.
No, it's not that kind of movie.
Except for, of course, when, anything that happens to my baby Ryan Reynolds, I get sad about.
He does get died in that movie.
Spoilers? No. I'm pretty
much everybody in that movie gets died. Spoilers.
My bar for space movies, I feel, is not that high, but I think the worst space movie I enjoy is Jason X. Everything else is like, there's like Alien Resurrection.
I don't even really consider that a space movie.
What, Jason X?
Yeah, it is. I'm not saying it isn't.
The science in that movie, nanomachines. No, or things that take place in space, I guess, is my bar for space movies. But like, so Alien 3 sucks. It's on a planet. No.
You could make that argument, but then what are you gonna do to defend 4? I mean 4 is like infinitely better than 3 regardless.
Can you think of like just some horrible space movies right off rip? Like ones that are just like, this is a bad movie. I do not want to watch this.
That I've seen?
Yeah.
No, but like I know that a lot of people have a lot of flack for like Gravity. Ghosts of Mars. Ghosts of Mars, that's a bad movie. I still watched it and enjoyed it. I'd put it about on par with Jason X.
Yep.
Realistically. That's John Carpenter.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I guess
Dropping shit.
I've kind of got these movies pegged as like.
I was wondering if you were in an earthquake or something.
I'm messing around with some of the stuff I got from my stepdad.
And throwing it on the ground.
Yeah, I dropped a screw.
I took it and threw it on the ground.
Man, I used to listen to a lot of Lonely Island like all the time.
Impact Grin.
Was that Bauer?
Steel.
Skill?
An electric impact. USB-C chargeable.
I don't remember who makes Skill. Because that's like a subsidiary of another tool company. But I don't remember which one it is. I think it's like Rigid, which is Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee.
This is Chevron. Got a little hip flip thing.
Bosch. Skill is Bosch. I knew it was just like a cheaper line for a decent company.
Yeah.
And then I think they're like specific to a store. Like Husky is Lowe's and Ryobi is Home Depot. Oh no, they sell them everywhere. Just making shit up.
That's fair.
Aside from the low A string, which intonation on the rest of these strings is excellent.
I feel like I had set that up pretty well, but then adjusting the relief could have fucked it up, so I'm glad it didn't. It's really the only other thing I could adjust is I could lower the saddle a little bit, but that'll introduce some more buzz.
You can lower it a little bit for the top A just to make, but you're also not up here a lot, so like
Especially on that string.
I'd say this is all pretty fine. Because you can still kind of glide as well.
Oh, so I fixed the strings on that too, how they were wrapped around the post.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't realize what you had meant by putting them in the holes.
Right.
Because I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't do that to those ones.
Yeah.
So I think those might have those holes. I just didn't do it. So I might pull those strings off and set them up properly as well.
This is something I've learned only like 3 years ago, maybe. I think Dylan had told me. He's like, hey, why don't you put the string? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, I guess you put the string into the tuner, and then I was like, fuck.
It's almost like a locking tuner for bass.
Yeah. Is it just basses that do that, or?
Yeah, guitar. I've never had a guitar that does it that way. Like they'll have locking style tuners where you put it through and you got a screw that you tighten, but I've never had one that like you turn the string 90 degrees down into the post like that.
It was brand new information to me. I thought it kind of felt like if I had found out my bass has a battery after like 25 years. I kept buying new strings because it sounded like shit. That happened with
You didn't know that one had a battery till we opened it up.
that one. Yeah, it happened with that one.
Because they're passive pickups, but it has an active EQ circuit in it. So the battery's not for the pickups, it's for the pots. Which is another thing that is not really a guitar thing. Yeah, you can add like active circuitry, like
got a good sound to it though, right? Like that's a quality bass sound out of that
like
one.
a boost or whatever.
We have not. I mean, I used to record stuff in Audacity on that, but I don't know if we've tried recording with that recently.
No, not for any of our projects.
Curious to see how they hold up.
I got a decent sounding tone going in Reaper right now.
These will be fine, of course. Actually, I kind of like these a lot more now.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. I don't remember what the toggle switch in the middle does. I'm going to have to look up that shit again.
Polarization or...
I think they're like entirely different voicings.
Real bass players would know.
Yeah, it just sounds like bass to me.
I mean, I can hear the little bit of differences, but somebody else would be like, no, this is what you want for your funk reggae sound, and this is what you want for your Pink Floyd sound, the softer. It's like, yeah, but I also got all these knobs here to fucking, like, completely deaden the sound myself. And then, hold it. Yeah, no flavor whatsoever.
Yeah, those are the Mike Inez pickups. I should just Google that right now.
I can get the hella sharp sound by putting them to the right.
Oh wait, I wasn't ready.
What's that?
I said, oh wait, I wasn't ready.
Are you ready to poop?
I already
Wiring.
did that earlier, man.
Wiring diagrams. Yeah, so I think the push-pull is the different voicings. And one knob is bass EQ, one's treble EQ, the other blends between the two pickups. And then what do I got this mini toggle doing? Yeah, so voice 1 is like passive pickups and voice 2 is active pickups.
Huh. Corn.
So I think the switch is changing the output impedance. I don't know. I'm not sure how I wired that. I'm going to have to open it up and look at it. Oh, that's not what I want. That's not what I want either. Oh, that's a triple, not what I wanted. So yeah, voice 1 or the push pull in should be like a more rock type tone, and then that should be like a warmer, I think, tone, allegedly. Or I've got it wired backwards. I really don't know. See, how's the learning frantic going? You got all the lyrics figured out and all that? You just got to get it recorded?
Yeah, for the most part, I've got the lyrics. For some reason, the repeating part at the end of the verses,
Hmm.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I have to get that tracked for me, and then I can mix it, and I don't know, we'll put out a YouTube video, and then we can do it on the stream, too.
There you go.
Add it to our repertoire.
Repertoire.
Fucking French people.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Just traded a pocket. What the fuck?
Pocket full of sunshine?
I think my nephew was like, "Hey, next time you're down, can you bring guitar strings?" I was like, "Yes, sir, I can. Acoustic or electric strings?" I was like, "You got a guitar?" He's like, "Just traded a pocket knife for one." All right. It's a
Well, what'd you get?
it's a little electric one.
Oh, like a 3/4 scale or something?
Probably like the one upstairs.
One of them cheapo little $50 electric 3/4 scales.
I pulled my guitar out the other day, learned a new song.
So Cody had a idea for a little concept we could do called Freaky Friday, where everybody does a different role. And like he could play guitar on a song, I could play bass, or you could play guitar, and you could play guitar, Cody could play drums, I could play bass, and we could just kind of change everything up for each song.
That'd be interesting. It'd be a lot easier if I was nearby.
You'll be in our hearts. You'll be in our hearts.
Putting the strap locks back on the strap that I took off last week that I didn't need to take off. Took the strap locks off this strap so that I could use it with my bass, and then realized that the bass had strap lock things on it. The Schecter, they came factory with it, but they're like slightly different. They're not like the normal Dunlop, but they still work with it. And so then I realized that I took the strap off for no fucking reason. I also realized I have like 2 or 3 sets of strap lock hardware upstairs, just not on anything.
Yes.
Both the posts for the guitar and the parts to go on the strap itself. I think I've got 2 full sets and 1 partial set. That's, I think, just the strap parts. I still gotta fix this one. The screw's a little wobbly.
You got to fill in the hole or something, or
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the screw out and see if I might have used the factory screw with the strap lock, and then I think I have a bigger screw from the strap lock set that might just work, or I'll shove some toothpicks and wood glue in there and call it a day.
yeah.
shit we take. It's funny, I know that song, but if you had a gun to my head, I would have to make a really hard decision to tell you which band that is, whether it's 3 Days Grace, I guess 3 Day Grace is the only one I can think of. But, Breaking Benjamin, or third band who I can hear, but I've not picked. That's 3 Days Grace, isn't it? Or is it not?
I'll say, funny you say if there was a gun. You are correct.
Pretty sure it is.
It is
Yeah.
100% 3 Days Grace.
What's the third band that I'm getting thrown in there?
Shinedown?
No.
3 Days Grace.
What is it?
Breaking Benjamin.
It's right there. Stained. Those three bands are the same to me.
Stained is not the one that did It's Been a While. That was...
Oh, that's Stained, yeah.
Okay. Stained and Seether, I get.
And I'm on the
Okay.
outside. I'm looking in.
Seether's the one
I
with...
can see through you. See to the real you. 'Cause inside you're ugly. Ugly like me.
Aaron Lewis. That was...
Is a MAGA prick and can
Yes.
go fuck himself.
Seether, right?
Stained.
Stained? Okay. But he's... Okay, it was Seether that...
Seether is South African.
He was the guy who drank and was dating Evanescence, Amy Lee.
I think the
He was dating
Evanescence part.
Evanescence.
I don't know anything about the drinking part.
Yeah, because she wrote...
Because
I'm
they did Broken.
broken.
That they did. They have the with Amy Lee version with Seether, and then there's just the Amy Lee version with Evanescence. Which they got new music. It sounds like Evanescence. It's kind of meh.
Not sure if there was any Evanescence other than my Daredevil jam that I ever dug on. Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
But I cannot wake up.
Save me from my heart.
Call my phone. Cannot find my phone. Silent. I went and put my phone on vibrate shit.
That reminds me of the Bumblebee that is the Imagine Dragons song.
Oh,
Oh, I'm a bumblebee.
I'm not
I'm
that
a bumblebee
familiar
that likes
with.
to think of me.
I've heard of Imagine Dragons, and the people who have told me about them, I've looked at them, and I've been like, I don't think I would listen to music you listen to, so I'm not. I assume it's pop music.
Yes.
Oh, gross. It's a TikTok. I don't want it to be a TikTok. Can I make it not a TikTok?
Fuck.
Here's a YouTube version of the same thing.
Oh, I'm a bumblebee. I'm a bumblebee who likes to eat KFC. Spare me the celery. I'm a bumblebee who likes to eat my KFC. Oh, I'm a...
Understood.
I don't know the actual lyrics to that song, but that's all I can think of anytime I hear that. It's that I'm a bumblebee who likes to eat KFC.
I know I think all of my friends that play music are not a fan of this guy. But he posts sometimes topics that are just interesting, whether he's interesting about them or not. That Rick Beto.
Ugh.
He posted something lately about how only rich kids can make it in the modern day music industry.
Not wrong.
Not wrong, but also,
He just has a lot of boomery opinions.
yes, 100%. There's just also, like, the music industry is so far removed from, like, what people like us can do and accomplish It's the new underground is just not being a part of the music industry.
Yeah, like I don't like yeah, I can't get a record deal. You know why? Cuz I'm not looking for a fucking record deal.
Yeah. Because
guess what? I've recorded and released 3 albums in the last 3 years and I didn't need a fucking penny from a record company.
and looking into all my favorite bands,
And they don't love that.
Yeah. Looking at every favorite band that I've ever looked into the background or the history of has had a story about getting screwed over or fucked or it destroyed their lives or it killed them. So I'm like, don't really got the greatest opinion about, it ain't the 90s where you're like, yeah, we got a Metal Blade Records is the only metal record label around.
Oh, we play post-hardcore. Got to be on Sumerian.
Yeah. Oh, God, remember when you used to, check out a band just because of the label they were on?
Yeah, I mean, half my follows on YouTube used to be record labels just because that's how I would find new music.
Relapse. Napalm Records. God,
Napalm.
Yeah. I'm remembering, because when I was going through all my Eastern European heavy metal, I'd have to look at Napalm or Nuclear Records. I guess I just haven't thought about record companies in a while. I guess I do kind of know some.
I don't know. Lately, I just put my shit in random, and then it pops up new songs occasionally that I like.
I only caught about half of that.
Instead, I put on random, and then every once in a while I'll give them new songs that I like. And I'll check out that artist.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to discover new music these days. There's not a lot of great ways to do it. It's like Spotify has their where you can you have a playlist and it'll smart add things that are related to that playlist on there. But I feel like their curation is not the best, and it often ends up just giving you already big artists that you've heard of before and aren't on that playlist for a reason.
Or music
it's
you've
like,
already listened to.
Oh, you got a bunch of Gojira on this playlist? Have you ever heard of this small indie band, Meshuggah? Yes, I've heard of Meshuggah.
Here's some Opeth.
Or the other one, Mastodon. It's like, yes, I've heard there's no Mastodon and Meshuggah on this playlist for a reason, but that's all they want to suggest to me.
The other thing I've been thinking about lately is that I maybe need to go out and start searching for music that's maybe a little more at this stage and level of producing, guys working on something small. We've got a couple albums in.
So the song that's been in my head all week is the new Necrogoblicon song.
Oh,
The Secret Elephant song. Which here, let's just get this video demonetized because I haven't played it for Ryan.
I believe Necrogoblicon is also playing at that festival Brock's at.
It's Necrogoblicon featuring Real Big Fish. Like this and Suborbital Blues by Rivers of Nile are the new music that I The melodies are just so catchy. Secret fucking horns. It's also like the only Necrogoblicon song that I've liked, that I've heard, but maybe I just like Real Big Fish. Maybe I should go start listening to some ska music.
He'd be a little bit more like Damon.
I also absolutely love the Right Now podcast with John Goblicon of Necrogoblicon. It might be the greatest podcast ever created. Also, an incredible amount of clean vocals for me to like this song.
You may think it's just you and I. Not gonna lie, we got a guest and he wants us to die. Every time that you're feeling fine, he enters your mind. You may think it's just you and I.
And then there's some really bad CG, but I've been jamming on that for like the last week. That's just on a loop in my brain. Just every time I'm doing anything, I'm just like, it's the secret elephant, as I'm doing just anything at work.
A lot of those songs stand out to both of us, but I think also you, the mashing of different genres, maybe they pulled like a lot in there, but also it reminded me, it's very different from, but it reminded me of Tripolium's Sick Boogie Murder.
Yeah, because it's like jazzy, but also heavy as fuck.
Yes.
This guitar be way hotter than my bass. That's a little more reasonable. Oh, I'm gonna be slapping on a guitar before long.
Man, guitar slap is
Go full Tosin.
Tosin. There's a guy who has a bit more of a sloppy take from Japan named Miyavi, and he slaps pretty crazy on acoustic.
Miyavi. I really like when people do that like percussive shit on the acoustics,
Yep.
where they like use the body.
Oh, that
and
guy who
shit.
was doing like the Slayer covers and shit, but on acoustic, that shit was beautiful.
Yeah.
He did a Rammstein cover
Yeah, I
as
dig on
well.
that too.
Sensut. The shit was immaculate, man. People would give him shit because they're like, dude, your voice sucks. I'm like, that's the funny part is he knows that his voice sucks. But look at what he's doing on the guitar. And he's singing in a
Yeah.
bad voice. It's beyond.
I can barely think and play guitar at the same time.
Oh, yeah, I do like Seasons of the Abyss by Slayer. He did Mouth of War by Pantera as well. God damn, that shit
I
was
remember
good.
that one.
Yep.
I remember you playing that one all
Put
the
your
time.
mouth over war. Use it. Deserted. Use it for what it's for. Speak the truth about me. Determined.
Determined.
Not deserted. My skin is transfusion with somebody.
I've always been terrible at bending notes, and so that's just never one I learned.
I had to teach myself as I'd always bend down on everything, but then there's the, my up bends are, they take like an extra brain cell versus.
See, I think I'm the opposite. I think I can do up bends better, and when I gotta bend on the low strings is when I have more trouble with it. Because I can't go up.
Might be my future Parkinson's that allows me to like.
It reminds me of the thing my guitar teacher would always do is he wanted to invent guitar techniques that were terrible and no one should ever use, and one of them was wiggle picking, where instead of picking with your picking hand, you hold the pick still and do that.
That's fucking awesome. You said Brad sat around and thought about this shit? Oh my god.
He's much better at it than me, obviously. He's an incredible guitar player, so when he does stupid shit, he does it really well. But yeah, he's holding the pick still and doing like... So yeah, that's 100% a Brad Skinner invention.
Dude, I would pay him to know the rest of all the unusable techniques you should never use.
He joked about writing a music theory book full of them.
Oh my god, that's such a great idea. Holy shit. This is the best idea to get anybody you know who plays guitar, like, as a joke present, but also it's semi-informative, it's creative, how implausible, inusable things you can have and use. I'm super excited about that.
He wants me to. He's got some long cables that he wants cut down into shorter cables and put new ends on them. So I'll talk to him about it when I go over there, and be like, "Hey, I brought this idea up, and people thought it was great. You should fucking do that."
I would fund it somehow. I don't know how, but I'll find a way to fund it. I will take lessons from him if he works on this book.
Oh, why didn't you? Oh, this cocksucker. Misshapen overstatement. Statement. Fuck you, get banned.
I missed something.
They bypassed our... I put in a filter to block people posting about this stream boo thing, but they just like put a bunch of spaces in. How do I fucking... Oh, so I'm not in the stream manager. I want to be in the creator dashboard. And then from there, I can go to stream manager. I had the wrong window open. And now... I will eventually ban this person. Get banned. There we go. I done did it. It's 3
How
o'clock.
does the filter work? Is it a regular?
Yeah, I just had Stream Boo regular blocked. So now I will block Stream Boo with spaces. What is that? Streaming tools? Nope. Moderation? Auto mod and filtering. I don't remember how I did that. I'm not good at Twitch. Blocked terms and phrases. That. Add it. We've had 17 occurrences of regular Stream Boo, which have all resulted in bans. And I have now added the other version of it to our blocked phrases. And so you will no longer be able to say that in our chat. Because I don't want your fucking AI bot viewers. Like, why would I want that? Like, on what planet is that good for me? To have just a number that means nothing? A bunch of fucking robots watching this stream while I have exactly the same amount of real people watching it? What good does that do for me? Well, what else is new with you, Ryan?
Not a whole lot. Had the trip back to Michigan again.
Oh yeah, because you were driving back through all them fucking crazy storms we were having.
Yeah. Yep. The storms we hit in Missouri on the way home, it was rough.
Yeah, and Missouri is where it was really bad at exactly the time you were driving through it. It was pretty much some of the worst storms in the United States at that time were happening exactly where you were.
Yeah, so what I did is I checked the weather chart. I found a town that was like mostly going to be missed by a lot of it. Parked at a gas station and waited there for about 3 hours. Nap.
At least you were able to get through.
And then when we left,
I know I saw a lot of videos of people like piled up in under overpasses and shit, like completely blocking traffic and causing like some serious headaches all through that whole area where those storms were happening.
Yeah, we were in the mountains. So not a whole lot of overpasses behind you.
Yeah, well, hiding in the overpass is a bad idea anyway, but then they were also blocking traffic.
And so we waited for the 3 hours, and then when we took back off, it was pouring rain. And I couldn't hardly see anything, but I was like, this should be about the right time. As soon as I went onto the entrance ramp to get onto the highway, it all stopped.
Well, that's good. Did you
And
guys
it was pretty much clear the whole way, apart from any water.
Did you guys get like a lot of hail and stuff in that?
There was hail in the area. But where I stopped, there was not much.
I feel like that was when I was hearing about DVD-sized hail.
Yeah.
DVD?
Yes, DVD-sized hail. And he was driving through that fucking storm in a state that is not where he lives. He just happened to be driving through it when they were having just an awful fucking storm. And then, like, the day after you got back, Arkansas was getting hammered.
Yeah.
Damn.
And what? So then, while you were here, it was probably when we were getting hammered because we
get some crazy storms around here.
Because we had that shit where we had some tornadoes not that long, a month ago.
Everything paused.
Yeah, I noticed that on Twitch. Everything froze up for a second. Seems to be back though.
Yeah. And other than that, I might get a promotion soon.
You had mentioned something about that before,
Sick.
about either a promotion or a raise or something like that.
Yeah, I got a raise, but then like hopefully get a promotion soon. Monday is my 2 weeks in this position, so I should be eligible.
Hell yeah. Then maybe you can actually justify being down there by making more money.
Yeah, everything is expensive as fuck.
'Cause that was the whole fucking point, was to go down there to make more money. And you're, I guess technically you are, but the cost of living is also higher. So
The only thing cheaper is gas.
I paid $5.99 a gallon on Wednesday.
Shit. Prices around
I
here.
don't think I've paid over $3 in Arkansas.
Prices around here getting so
Not
high,
yet, at least.
fucking motivating people like Ethan. He's training to be an electrician. He's placed like number 125 in the line for the union, but he's going out and doing like Habitat for Humanity shit, which he'll go and redo his trade interview and then his placement will jump up. But he's like, yeah, no, I want a house and I want to not worry about living. Well, he's also got Andrea and her daughter as well, so I was like, oh, damn.
Good luck.
Yeah. The
I
way
say that is the one upside. I do have a house.
they got this thing in Jackson where they're taking old buildings and properties, like they call it 100 acres, 100 homes. So they're doing these startups with people who want to buy a house, and it's pretty much like a modular frame house.
I feel like I've kind of gone the opposite way of like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Why work hard if everything's unattainable? Like, what am I doing it for?
Pretty much not go insane from it's to keep your hands busy so you don't.
Yeah, but why not keep my hands busy with stuff I actually like? If I'm never gonna make anything, why bother? Why not focus on shit I actually give a fuck about? Why?
Oh, absolutely.
Why go do a fucking 9-to-5 bullshit job when I could sit at home and play guitar or work on something on my computer or fucking just sit and watch a movie? You know, like,
Pretty much.
why?
The trade-off is you do that so you can do the other stuff. And that's the big trade-off that society has handed us.
Yes, but the contract is broken because you can't.
Oh, yes. 100%.
So there's no point in me fulfilling my end of the contract if society isn't going to hold up their end of the contract.
There's a good chance people are...
If I'm never going to be able to retire no matter how hard I work, and I'm never going to be able to afford a home, why bother?
Yeah.
Like, why contribute? Why help make rich people richer? What purpose is that serving?
Live your dreams, kids. If allowed. If there's still a place to live your dreams in.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, like, it's not even the matter of inflation. It's going to be the diminishing value of the dollar as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the complete gutting of all of our social systems. Like, I already can't afford to go to a doctor. So, like,
Yeah.
what is it? Why would I fucking work? I just...
Buy your own surgery equipment off of Amazon and YouTube a video on how to take care of your insides. That's what people do that with dentistry. sit at home and they'll get the tools and they'll do their own plaque and everything.
We just need to burn the system down. Start over. Start fresh. America failed. Let's try again. America 2.0. This time less racist.
Good.
Good luck with that.
One big problem with it is humans.
Well, there's a specific group of humans we could get rid of that would make this whole thing a lot better.
The other
You know, the ones that don't want to contribute.
Oh,
The ones that make more money a second than you will ever see in your life,
yes.
and yet do nothing but make life harder for everyone else. You have more money than God. You have so much money you could just literally have a perfect life.
How can you afford to feed your families on less than $174,000 a year?
Have I done the $10,000 a minute since the signing of the Declaration of Independence thing on this?
Yes.
If you earned $10,000 a minute every minute for the last 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence, come July, do you know how much money you would have? At $10,000 a minute for 250 years straight, you would have $1.8 billion. Elon Musk is worth $850 billion. If that doesn't make it clear to you that he's a problem, I don't know what will.
Yeah. It's an unfathomably...
Try and spend $10,000 a minute. Try.
I might be able to get you...
You have a house and a car that is nicer than you could ever imagine by the end of the day.
Yes.
And that's $10,000 a minute for the rest of your life, for the rest of the next 3 lifetimes. It's so much more money than any one person could do anything with. Elon Musk said that he would solve
World hunger?
world hunger
Yeah.
if someone could come up with a plan to do it for under $6 billion. And so you know what UNICEF did? They came up with a plan to solve world hunger for $6 billion. And you know what Elon Musk did?
Nah, LOL.
Not solve fucking world hunger. So imagine you had $1,000. That's all the money you have in the world. That's literally more than is in my bank account right now. You had $1,000 and someone tells you, you can solve world hunger for 60 of that $1,000. And you're going to make another $1,000 tomorrow.
Probably by
You'll
the
be fine.
end of them asking that question, you'll have that.
And yet you just don't.
No, I'm good.
Like that, there's just a pure lack of humanity there.
I think you had posted something or shared a post about someone was like, how could you, not want to do something like heroic like that? And it's just, well, mentally they're so fucking...
That's how you end up with that much money.
Yep.
Because you don't end up with billions of dollars if you care about humanity.
Yeah.
Because you take that money that would have just sat in a bank account and done nothing, and you use it to help people, and you never accumulate that amount of wealth because there's literally nothing good you can do with that amount of wealth. You're literally Smaug hoarding gold at this point.
Yes.
There's literally a line where hoarding wealth becomes violence. Like if everybody is starving and you have all of the food and it's more than you could ever eat in your entire lifetime, and you're just continually getting more of it, and it's just sitting in a storeroom somewhere rotting while people are starving, you're a piece of shit, and you're committing violence through your inaction. Therefore, your hoarding of wealth is violence against the underclass, which is increasingly everybody in the United States.
Yes.
Like, this isn't your boss that, you know, just afforded a new BMW. This is the less than 1,000 people that control the majority of the wealth in this entire country. It's the Elon Musks. It's the Peter Thiels. It's the Bill Gates. It's the Jeff Bezos. It's all of those people. They, like, look at what's going on in fucking New York right now. Mom Donnie's just fucking solving everything.
That's right. He's getting a lot of praise.
He wiped out, was it billions or trillions? There's a big difference there. Either
I think it was
way,
12 billion.
Was it 12 billion? $12 billion in deficit in like 6 months by just taxing rich people. He put out a fucking tax that people were losing their minds over. Some fucking chud who's never gonna afford more than a $500,000 house, let alone a $5 million house, let alone a second $5 million home that you don't live in New York.
Yes, where everyone's paying $2,000 a month for a closet.
So those people, the ones that own second $5 million plus value homes in New York, are the ones getting taxed, and yet guy living in an apartment struggling to pay his rent is freaking out because we're taxing the rich people. Let's calm the fuck down. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
I think millionaires, like with an M, is gross, but like, sure, we can let that slide. Billionaires, $1 billion is 1,000 millions. Most people can't fathom having 1 million, and 1 billion is 1,000 of that. And Elon Musk has 850 of those.
Yes.
Yep.
More people need to play adventure capitalist to understand the scale of these things.
Now available on all consoles.
Oh, it's just gross.
It is available on console. It's very strange to play on console.
Yeah, I don't like playing it with a controller. I didn't like playing it on PC either. That's very much a mobile. It's a mobile-ass mobile game.
Oh, fucking! I ain't played it in a while, but Egg.
Oh yeah, I haven't.
That was fun.
I'm on Invincible's guarding the globe right now.
I'm on fucking RuneScape.
I've been on Antimatter Dimension. You want an idle game that'll suck you in for a month.
Invincible is kind of an idle game. It's like it's a idle game within a navigating menus game hidden within a dodge the microtransactions game. With no ads. I mean, that's pretty cool. No, like, taking over my screen and giving me that bullshit where I've got to, like, watch part of the ad and then click the tiny button in the corner, which then takes me to another part of the ad that I've got to watch for a certain amount of time before I can hit a different close button in a different location on the screen. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
My favorite thing to play on my phone, I have to do it with stylus, but it's just Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. It was like a $6 game, and yeah, I'll infinitely play it.
Speaking of $6 things for mobile devices, I bought Guitar Pro on my iPad.
Very nice.
It was $7, but yeah.
Better than Songster.
Yep. Although I guess Steve-O does pay for Songster, so he has like an account and he just shared the login with me. So there's like a band account on Songster. And we just share login information on, I guess. So I was able to actually export them as Guitar Pro files and pull them into actual Guitar Pro and do it that way, which is nice. Because, yeah, not a fan of Songster. I don't want to train your AI. Sound.
Yeah, I'm losing mine.
You're losing your what?
My sound. My earbuds are dying.
Oh.
I love these earbuds, but they're really weird. The way they charge.
So, yeah, I am hoping that with this new band, I actually get out and play some shows. And that with actually getting out and playing some shows, I can maybe get some more connections to take Undecided out and maybe play some shows. And then I could do both bands in one show. They're very different sounding bands. Even have different vocalists now. So that could be cool. And then it would give me an excuse to take my whole split rack and everything. And then, because the big thing with having a split rack like this is that it does make it complicated for changeovers for everybody else. So the easiest way to achieve it is to take my split rack and put it on their fucking stage, and then they run everything through my split all night. And if I'm in two bands, it makes it make a little bit more sense to have my split rack up there and let everything run through my split.
I don't know who they got doing their sound, but probably get in there and do some sound some nights. I'm sure the sound people can't make it every night. Alex has the know-how to do it at the end of the night, but
I don't know. I feel like the Rex is really clicky, and I'm just not part of that.
Yeah, no, yeah, things like that. That's the trade-off for the easy access. Is it's easy access because it's a click that continues to do it.
And they use a really shitty analog board.
Yeah.
It's like, hey guys, it's 2026. Let's move into the future. Let's not go up on stage and make an adjustment and then go out into the audience and then make the noise and then have to go make the adjustment from memory. An iPad right here. I just go stand in front of the speaker and go, okay, make the sounds. And then I adjust the sounds. And then, as the band is playing, get this, I can adjust them while they're playing. Pretty crazy shit. They do have everything run analog back to the desk at the Rex. The desk is in the back of the room, has a dedicated engineer. I was more referencing to the other night when I went and saw them at the pub. And the sound at the pub was just awful. I don't know who was providing it. I think it was their mixer. I don't know whose PA it was. It didn't sound good.
Pub?
No, Brick Wall, Adrian. When he did, was it Agatha Hag that he's still in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. There's just, on top of there not being many places to play in general, there's very few places for metal to be played. Any other expression other than what's that? First Fridays acceptable
First Fridays
music?
isn't doing bands anymore.
Oh. See, music just gets pushed out.
I'll have to talk to you about that offline. I know information that is not public.
Bum bum.
There may or may not have been some embezzlement.
Yeah, there's dude, throughout my whole life, like school, like even being in the marching band, like by the end of it, this one woman who was an awful woman and parent of a couple of the band kids who were actually pretty shitty kids, went to prison for embezzling like $300 or like $100,000 over the course of like 3 years of just being the treasurer for the marching band. I'm like, holy shit. There's been just constant embezzlement throughout my whole life of just things I run into.
Yeah, apparently a large chunk of the downtown Adrian assembly, whatever the fuck it's called, budget has gone missing, like 250 grand just unaccounted for. I know who they think did it. I won't put that out on the internet, but yeah, there's some missing budget and some investigations going on, and it has caused a lot of the entertainment for this summer to be slashed significantly. No bands First Fridays, no big stage at Artelicious.
Damn.
So that kind of fucks us for a lot of work this summer.
Right.
Maybe Uncle Ted will come back through and need a stage.
We did get an additional stage job up in Benton Harbor that kind of fucked me on a side mixing job that I had lined up for the same day, June 26th. So we're going to take our smaller stage out to Benton Harbor and do another event out there later in June. So you've got the Juneteenth one, which is before Juneteenth this year. It's the 13th. And then we've got the 26th. We're going out there. But yeah, we don't have any First Fridays this year. No Third Thursdays this year. I think they're still doing both First Fridays and Third Thursdays, just there's no bands. And then Artelicious, I guess they want to do the smaller side stages, but like they're also unhappy with the quote they got for that. They're like, well, that's more than you charged us for doing that part last year. And it's like, well, yeah, last year we also had the big stage there and our techs were on site to run the big stage and nobody ran sound on the side stages. And now you want our techs there all day running sound on these side stages. So it's not exactly the same setup as last year. So yeah, it costs more. So we may or may not even be doing side stages.
God damn, Adrian.
You guys talked to Tecumseh about Apple Pumpkin?
I don't know. There was rumors going around about us possibly trying to get the downtown side of Appalumpkin because we do stage at Capnick's for Appalumpkin. So we do part of Appalumpkin.
Okay.
We just don't do the stuff downtown in Tecumseh. Because I believe there's like 2 or 3 stages set up down there. But I had heard something about the guy who was running that was like retiring and wasn't going to be doing it anymore. And so Mike was potentially bidding for that, but I don't know whatever became of that. But yeah, so we do the Capnick. We had a stage that we set up there. Apparently there was also talks of us doing something for the Clinton Fall Festival.
Boy, I wish I could afford that cider. But
We're all Blissfield.
We do River Raisin.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, so that's when is River Raisin? That's coming up. That's early June. No, that's early July. So I've got a little bit for that. It's the second weekend in July. See, I got a little bit of time off coming up. And then it gets crazy again. But yeah, we just did the FSAE, the first one for the year. So
Motors?
Yeah, the internal combustion ones. And it went really smooth this year. I feel like last year we had some added chaos with like the tents not getting set up on time, and like they got a bunch of little tents that they set up all the sponsors in, and like the event had started on Wednesday and it was like well into the afternoon on the first day of the event, and they still didn't have all the sponsor tents set up and shit. But like this year they had all the sponsors tents set up by the first day we were there to start setting up our fucking paging system. Like that shit was done. So I'm guessing somebody chewed out the tent company, and whatever miscommunication had happened there got ironed out for this year. And things went much more smoothly. And then we had a lot of issues with them just trying to make us run announcements all day, like literally have me making the announcements over the paging system.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not what our techs are here to do. Our techs are here to maintain the system. How am I supposed to listen to and fix the system if I'm standing here with a microphone in my hand making the announcements and not where the speakers are?
Yeah.
So they sorted that out for us. We had zero issues. Like last year, both events, it was like every morning I'd be like, so you got an announcer for me? And they're like, oh, I thought you were going to do it. It's like, no, we went over this fucking yesterday. But this year, I didn't have to ask anybody or say anything to anyone. The announcer just showed up and did their thing, and it was fantastic. Everything went really smoothly from our side of things. So I was pretty happy about that.
Not bad. Whatever committee they've
It's
got.
good, but rare when people learn from their mistakes.
Yeah.
Well, it's the last year, I think, was the first year of the new people running it. The other people that ran it for like 15 years, the main lady in charge of it retired, and like everybody that worked under her, they were all pretty much, I don't know that they were actually related, but they were like family. Like they were all together. So when she retired, fucking everybody else was out of there. And so it was pretty much like a whole new crew running everything, and it was a lot of chaos last year. But things went great this year. Everything smooth. Did what we needed to. We used our new stage that held up to tons of students jumping around on it much better. Because, yeah, the last year, several years before, like, they would break parts of our stage, like, every year. And this year, we have a new stage that's much more sturdy. Because, like, it can hold 40 or 50 students. That's no problem. You can walk up on it, everybody can stand there and accept their award, and it's got zero issues holding that much weight. But when you have that many kids jumping and cheering and screaming excitedly on it is when it becomes a problem. One person jumping around, not a problem. 30 students just standing there accepting an award, also not a problem. 30 students jumping up and down as hard as they can, screaming and fully chimping out over winning their award, yeah, that's a problem for almost any stage. Like, they were rough on our new stage, and it's much more solid. But, yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't matter how many times you tell them to calm down. A bunch of college kids.
Yep.
And it's, you know, every 4 years is a new batch of kids. So you just say it till you're blue in the face, because every year you got a new batch of freshmen. And the teams that work on the internal combustion are not necessarily the teams that are working on the electric vehicle as well. Almost certainly aren't. Like, they're a lot of times completely two separate teams. So each event, even in the same year, you've got whole different groups of students. And so, yeah, it's a whole thing. And like, that's kind of our whole thing there, is being the paging system and making them able to clearly communicate to the students what they need done. So, undecided stuff. I do want to work on some lyrics sometime for finishing up stuff for the next album. I'm more and more leaning towards it should probably be a shorter album. We can kind of go through what we have and maybe pick the best 6 or something like that and pretty much make it an EP.
Yeah.
Because you're really shooting yourself in the foot trying to do a full album anymore these days.
Everything,
so we'll just pick our best songs and
everything that doesn't make it, we just collect it in a folder and call it B-sides, and eventually.
And we can also, like, if we finish something up,
singles,
drop singles too.
Yeah, singles and EP. It seems like everybody's doing it. Like the Primus, EP.
Yeah, Primus just put out that EP. That's kind of the way to do things now. And really, most people are doing 3 and 4 song EPs.
Yep.
Like 6 songs is honestly a longer side for an EP.
I think generally attention spans are
down.
Yes.
Significantly so. Yeah, I'll have to carve out some time so we can make sure we get time to do that.
Hello? No. I think I pulled all the cables in and then went out to help you, and I never went back in there. Yeah, that sucks. I didn't even think about it till you said something. We never pulled that out of there. And honestly, I think the cables might still just be laying in there on the floor too. I don't think they ever got wrapped up. Yeah, well, that won't happen again. All right, see ya. We left one of our racks at MIS.
Oh no!
Luckily, it's the one that was inside in a building. It's not just like sitting outside on a table somewhere. The other thing I didn't ever confirm or see is the speaker out of Garage 3 and the projector screen out of the media room. Okay. I assumed you had, but I just thought of it right after I hung up with you, so I figured I'd double check while I was thinking about it. All right. Yep. Talk to you later. So yeah, Chris is on his way back to MIS now.
Ooh, happy Sunday.
What is that?
You want the notes or the song that it sounds like?
The song that it sounds like. It's like some Dixie Chicks shit. Or something. That's like some 90s.
Makes me think of Elvis.
I'm feeling like 90s pop country that I heard in my mom's car on the way to daycare or something.
Oh, could be Faith Hill.
It's something like that. Some kind of Faith Hill, Dixie Chicks,
Man,
Black Eyed Peas.
Like a woman. Oh, that might be it. Burn it. On in the nights. On in the nights.
So yeah, of the songs that we have, what are you doing? I really like the instrumentals for You're Not Holy and Different Terror. That's not. I was reading Fury and Terror. You're Not Holy, Fury and Terror. And then the other one, the octave-y thing. I overshoot all my frets now on the guitar because they're much closer together. Oh, now Ryan has infinitely looped my screen back into itself.
You're welcome.
Those three are the three that I like the most out of what we have currently.
Which ones?
The You're Not Holy, Fury and Terror, and then that, which I guess is Stomp? I think it was going to become the American Nightmare one, is what that instrumental was going to be. But I just really like it. And it really just goes back. It's the same, like, notes, but just played differently. It's the... And then the... And it just kind of goes back and forth between those. And I think I had a breakdown part in there. And then we had all the stuff from the 517 EP, which I liked some of and could be reworked into whatever. Like the Adverse Enigma one I liked.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Something like that. I would have to definitely
Something like
relearn.
that.
No
Definitely
tyranny.
I really like the breakdown on that one. That's the I've got it here. That's just that one.
Yes.
That's probably my favorite one off of the 517 stuff. Probably closely followed by Mental Breakdown, the one you did. I think the chimes that I added really elevated it. Not to pat myself on the back too hard. You did write the majority of it.
This song is a conception of all of my writing tropes in one. If you would put this in that SoundCloud that I have of all the old shit I used to upload, it would fit in very well riff-wise. Slides the gimmick for the first part. Of course, there's a bass gimmick, and it's like a slower riff. We did the high the last time, we bring it down this time. I was probably listening to Godsmack at the time.
I think all the like leady Egyptian style things there is actually again the one other thing I added.
That's right. I remember while writing this, I just listened to the four mental
I think it was just the held chords there.
I was listening to like just the four mental breakdown songs on repeat, and then just like writing riffs while listening to them at the same time.
I hear it here.
They had a lot of riffs that were like ba-da-ba-da-bop, ba-da-ba-da-bop.
Yeah.
Chugged into chord.
And then this is like very much not mental breakdown. This is just weird.
They had something like this, but it was in the beginning of one of their songs.
like this part coming up, which is entirely. I didn't do shit to this.
This is 100% the end of Feed the Gods by White Zombie, the end of Zombie by Tool, the end of a Godsmack song. Feel back home telling me, taking a step back so I can breathe. Oh wait. And the way the drums are paced through this would give it more of that Sumerian feel. This snare is so far fucking removed from. Now it's so far.
As few snare beats as possible. Did I change? I did. I think we did. I think we just lost Ryan. And he's back. Yeah, this one's American Nightmare.
Yeah, the disco beat rules.
It was originally titled Stomp because it's just like. It's like it's my Yama's Messengers.
Yes.
You know?
This has the smallest hint of being in the style of Scourge of Iron.
That is the right one I'm thinking of, right?
Which we don't have a Scourge of Iron style. Oh, this
is also kind of Scourge of Irony.
This was my original favorite Gojira song before I found out about Mars to Sirius.
Yeah, this album and From Mars to Sirius, fuck. Those rule.
I personally like the old shit too. That shit's a little wild.
Have you heard my Electro Shins yet, Ryan? My electronic music written with Shins bass?
I don't know if I have.
Cody wanted electronic music with the Shins bass plugin, so I did that.
That ain't bad.
And then I guess Unicorns Have Super Strength could get finished and put out. Doesn't have to be part of the next EP or anything. It could just be its own little single. Really. I would almost prefer it that way to not be part of one of our albums.
I'd agree.
Why is that not working now? There we go. What was that?
I was trying to think of electronic music I've heard with 6-slap bass.
The electronic part of my electronic music could use some work. The slap bass part was pretty sick. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, good point. I don't think I've recorded for this yet.
No, I think that's all Shin's based on.
But that is a good bass line.
I think I do have you doing like a gross chord thing there. This could probably use some work, I think.
I feel like as it is right now, it could be a lyric-heavy rant style song, like cohesive lyrically in some places, but then chaotic in other places.
I think specifically that end could use some work. But yeah, it is very much going to be a ranty song about fake Christians. That is You're Not Holy. So that is very much about our current administration's obsession with Christian nationalism and going against everything that was ever said in the entirety of the New Testament.
Maybe it could be lyrically structured like that one great song that goes, sometimes when I try to do things, it just doesn't work out the way I want it to. And it's like I concentrate on it real hard and it just doesn't work out. And everything I do and everything I try, it never turns out.
This fucking guy and his institutionalized.
Greatest song ever written.
I say it might be one of my least favorite songs.
It's
ever
not
written.
just you. Like multiple people, Brock has also told me, he's like, Cody, I really don't enjoy it when you play this song around me. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, my bad. I won't jam on this around you. So it is it is offensive on many fronts.
So I just tried. I can get my mic.
You just tried what?
I can get my mic into the closet.
Get enough length to reach?
Yeah, it's 2 XLR cables, but I got it.
Hell yeah. Friend tick 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 tock.
No TikTok here.
No TikTok. Should I change the drum sound on that so that my snare sounds more like the St. Anger snare?
I don't think you need to.
Yeah, I could just turn the snares right off.
Actually, for marketing differential purposes, probably just leave it as a nice sounding snare. Even though, because then somebody would be like, man, I like it's frantic, but I hate that fucking snare. Now I have this other option.
If I could have my wasted days back, would I use them to get back on track?
I don't have the strength to know where I go. Oh, James, it's a pretty good question. If I had my wasted days back, I don't know if I would use them to get back on track. But I also didn't drink as much as you.
Do you stop the warm?
What?
I asked Cody, do you stop the warm?
One more time.
Do you stop?
Stop to warm at Karma's Burning.
It's more lyrics to
Yes.
the song that we were doing, which I figured out by the second time he repeated it. But
I didn't know the lyrics fully into that.
I figured not.
Because my memory did not remain.
Ah,
I shouldn't make fun of that nice old woman.
there you go. That's a snare sound for you. Digga 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 dung. Digga 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 dung. Digga 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 dung. Oh, wrong one.
needs to be a little bit deeper.
Digga 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 dung. Digga 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 dung. Because the snare wires off isn't quite right. Oh, there's different snares on this kit. I can check those. One moment. Open the effects. Yeah, because I'm using the brass snare. Let's try a wood snare. And then... SLP snare. Yeah, none of those are right. None of those are a St. Anger snare. That might be the closest. Those the other ones were the timbales.
It gives me the haunting memory of Superior Drummer. But it's Contact. It looks like a much better interface.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know what, Mr. James Hetfield? If I could get my wasted time back trying to learn Superior Drummer, then I would use that to get back on track.
I'm just fiddle fucking about. I don't have them installed on here, but I do have other drum kits now that I got through that Humble Bundle thing Ryan sent me.
Remember
Yeah.
the classic one that we all wanted? It was like
The Metal Foundry?
yeah. Which is no longer like quality, I believe. I mean,
No.
not for
Not for what we got now.
good for electronica, probably not for what we got now.
Yeah, I got it's all like IK multimedia shit, I think, from that Humble Bundle thing Ryan sent me. It was a production and recording bundle. I think I spent like $5 and I got a whole bunch of shit from it.
I like Humble Bundle. It allows me to not spend as much money, but to still get too much stuff that I won't use all of.
Right.
Yep.
A lot of those instruments that were in that electronic thing were from that. They had some synths packs that I got with it that I used them on that thing. It's the first time I've ever really used them. Yeah, they've got their own fucking sound engine like contact that you can load multiple instruments in. So you load the one plug in and then you have like a list of instruments that come within it.
Good deal.
And you can like run multiple instruments on one instance of the plugin and like tell like this instrument, hey, you take MIDI notes on channel 1, and then this one takes MIDI notes on channel 2, and then you can write like the whole part on one MIDI track, which is kind of cool. If you're into that kind of thing, I don't know. I don't write a ton of stuff on MIDI. But yeah, man, you're going to have to figure out a keyboard and then just show up with me at practice
I was
on Friday.
fantasizing about that for most of this session when I was just like staring at the floor. I was fantasizing about being a keyboard. I was like, well, I could have it set up to where I just switch from sound. So I got my synth and then I switched to a piano. I'm sure it'd be nice. It works well with a woman's voice. Yeah, but I just all I got to really do is get left and right to like do some different shit or learn some good patterns.
Well, your left hand is your bass playing hand, and
Yep.
your right hand is your melodying hand.
In fact, I was actually thinking about asking you to. I might not need it because now I got a keyboard tray, so my keyboard goes under my desk. I have room up top to set a MIDI keyboard on, but I could get some printed hooks that could just go on the table so that the keyboard could sit a little bit lower, hanging off the desk, and possibly ones that fold in, but also.
Strength is a little bit of a concern,
Yep.
but
I'll weigh
it
out.
could be doable.
I also do got some like metal L pieces. I could probably easily make something up, or just set it.
Because the
on
biggest
top of
thing
my
is that
desk.
like once you're out the width of a keyboard, you're putting a lot of force as a lever arm on your mounting point at the desk. So those are going to be holding a lot of strain. So like if the mounting part was metal, I could make like a tray or like arms or whatever. It's just that those are going to have a lot of torsion on them. And so like, I mean, I can make them thicker and thicker so that they have a little more strength to them, but it could be doable.
Yeah, I gotta get that area cleaned up tonight to where I want to set my guitars and the keyboard. But yeah, I might start working on that because that sounds like it could be fun to be I'm already balding keyboard player.
You just match everybody else in the band.
Give me a good even the one.
Well, except the
Just
drummer,
kidding.
I guess. Drummer and the vocalist. All the other dudes in
well,
the
give
band
me-
except the new drummer.
Good excuse to get a guitar.
You watch Stranger Things, Ryan?
Yes.
New drummer looks like Eddie Munson.
All right.
He's in a Judas Priest tribute band, and he has the hair to match.
So that tells you a lot.
I like how I have us in the music category on Twitch, and I have this stream labeled as music on Facebook, and there's been pretty much no music. We haven't played music really for 2 hours, 2.5 hours now.
Video my nephew sent me.
Of his guitar.
I'm not sure how small it is, in fact.
Oh, that looks tiny. Do you see like the? It's kind of chody. Like the width of that neck versus the length.
Compare it to a Taco Bell 12-pack box. It's not a baby guitar.
That's a 3/4 scale though.
Yeah. Whatever, if he'll use it, it looks like some old some
So the thing
guitar
with
that
those is being short scale like that. Intonation plus tuning in general, like, and gauge of your strings. You know, you might have to put heavier strings on it or tune it up a half step or something, because they get pretty floppy on that short scale like that. I think I had Max's guitar in F standard.
That's my other nephew. His younger brother is the one who wants to learn Master of Puppets and the one I want to buy one of your LPJs for. So looks like maybe both of them want to get into guitar. Then I gotta ask my niece, like, hey, you want to play guitar too? Isn't nobody gonna play bass besides my ex-girlfriend's kid?
David will.
Oh, yes.
I tried to get Max into instruments. He never really put all that much into it. It's just not his thing, I don't think. And you can't force him. I don't want to force him, you know.
My nephew, who wants to learn the Master of Puppets, Wyatt, he's same age as me when I was like, oh, I'm actually going to put effort in.
Max is 11 now.
Wyatt's 13. I started actually playing at like 14.
Wanted to get Max started younger so he could be one of those child prodigies, but, you know, he was just more interested in being a kid.
Yeah.
So
No, that's the thing about child prodigies. Got to do the damage to make the product. Tying like weights to his fingers and shit. No.
I do genuinely enjoy playing bass a lot, though. It's a slightly different approach to a very similar instrument. And I find it quite enjoyable.
One of the reasons I will enjoy playing guitar over bass is because there's one thing I can but I can't do on bass, which is just that fucking excessive James Hetfield down picking and riffs you can just do with going hard on just down picking. You can kind of do that on bass with a pick, and slap is kind of like that, but it still doesn't give you that same feeling like or, you know, just like even, yeah. It's a good feeling.
It's just you did a similar rhythm to that.
Multiple strings muted with the down pick is a feeling I cannot get as well on bass. Yep. Hell yeah. Another thing I noticed the other day from eBay, I didn't realize, I was like, man, I was looking up these Antonio Sai guitars. I was like, hey, I have that same gig bag. I didn't realize it says Antonio Sai on the bottom. That's his brand logo.
Oh. So that's literally like probably came with that one or the other one.
Yep, that one came with the space base. I got a really crappy bag for the flower base, but it came from Ohio, and I still have that bag. It's just, it's super massive. It's just got duct tape on the bottom and stuff.
So I've got that hard case that I've been using the last couple of weeks when I've been taking just the Schecter. But now that I'm gonna have to take both, I got that double gig bag that I was using for a while when I was bringing my fucking 7-string with me every week to inside the live practice just to never play it.
I've always wanted a double gig bag for guitar and bass.
And I want one of those double stands. It's just like holds two.
Ooh, I bought a triple for pretty cheap on Amazon a while back.
Oh, I should just 3D print one. That's what I'm looking for. Is that right there, but probably not made of wood. Just one of those, but for 2 guitars.
Oh, yeah. Instead of having them backwards on each other, they both face the same way.
Yeah, and then
That's
you're not
awesome.
hanging from the headstock. There we go.
Yes. The triple one I got is like 3 of these just around each other. These are okay at best.
Oh, dude, I should fucking print a pedal board. Because I've got my tuner pedal and that one pedal, and that's going to be like my whole rig, and I should print just a little small footprint pedal board.
Maybe find yourself an old bag to size it to first so you can like zip it up. I might have a couple.
Yeah, I mean, that ought to do it. It'll stop the reflections. Here's the pictures Ryan just sent to both of us.
And that cord is plugged into the computer.
So yeah, then the only thing that'll suck is like starting and stopping it.
I've got a remote desktop on my computer, so I can bring the wireless mouse and keyboard in.
Oh yeah. You'll have a little bit of latency, but it shouldn't be anything that will be prohibitive.
No, especially not on the same network.
Yeah, it's not like you're trying to have twitch reflexes clicking on heads and shit through it. It's click play. Fuck.
But anyway, I think I'm on call.
Righto.
For me, at least. I will see what I can get with the.
Yeah, and just if you get it double tracked and starting at the same point as those, and export me the separate raw files, and then I'll drop them in and mix them up, and it'll be interesting for us to kind of work out the kinks in our remote workflow, since we haven't really done this yet.
Right.
But you've got the equipment now, and you've got Reaper, and so it should be not too terrible. I guess I
Hope so.
should probably get you, like, I don't know how much it matters, but like the BPM of the track, so that you can have your project formatted properly for it. Do you need all that?
I mean,
Yeah, I can get that and make sure that the version I have in the drive has like the count in that I'm going to have on my project. I guess that's not a huge deal because the vocals don't start immediately. So yeah, that doesn't matter. But yeah, I'll figure out the BPM for you and get that in there so that your project at least matches.
Cool.
Right on.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Yep, have a good one.
You as well.
You too.
Enjoy the rest of your day off.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
Ba-dum. Ba-dum. Discord noises.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's why I don't play guitar in that band. I might be a better bass player than guitar player because I don't have to worry about like chords and shit. It's just play the root note.
Yep.
And that's easier for my brain.
Yep. Chords just become this extra option.
Yeah, because I do the one chord in the one song. But that's it. That's just like an extra spice thing. It's not an all the time thing. So we do have one song that had some synth stuff in it that the other bass player wrote that everybody else in the band thinks that he may have stolen?
Stolen or possibly AI generated.
But yeah, that was the old bass player that's not in the band anymore.
Yeah, I might just have to throw on the songs and maybe pick a few keyboard, what do I want to call them? Effects? Yeah, effects and just
presets?
jams. Yeah.
Sounds?
So I need strings, a pad, a synth, a saw, maybe.
Flute.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Songs. Is it not there? Is it here? Is it this? It was in the things that he sent. It is not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Guess it got deleted, which is fine.
I know like my major and minor chords on keyboard, kinda. And well, I guess it would go good with what I'm learning in theory at the moment. And keyboard is kind of made to display all that pretty prominently. That's the thing they thought he stole?
Yeah. And it was in the drive as well.
Dude, that was literally from a pop song.
So I had that shit in it. And that might have been in one of the ones that he sent us in that.
That first one was definitely taken. I mean, it might have been free use to take, but I'm pretty sure that's in a 50 Cent song. And
oh, there's this one.
I mean, the pitch shifting kind of sounds bad, so that kind of sounds handcrafted.
So like that was the one that had synth type stuff in it that I think is pretty much scrapped at this point, but could use some fresh something on it.
It all really depends on if I'm gonna come home after work and put a 30 minutes to an hour into it multiple times. Because the idea is cool, and the band's already kind of fulfilled at the moment because there's a woman singing that's already vastly different. And you got two guitar players sound like they're on the same wavelength. You got a bass player who knows what he's doing, and you got
they write a very similar style.
Yeah.
I do have a little bit of imposter syndrome having it be me playing bass and not you. But then the question is, would you do it on your own? Like if I wasn't in the band?
Probably not.
So
I'm not sure if I have that effort anymore. I did it, like 16 years ago. But
I could see you playing the drums if I'm also there playing bass because you ride along with me and all that.
yeah.
But going out there just to play the bass on your own at this point,
If I met somebody who was like, I've got this thrash metal band, I just need this one person filled in, I may have the effort to do that because that's the only thing I haven't touched is like thrash metal with people. One, because it's probably terrible. And it's just super uncommon, but I have a desire to do it.
I'm cautiously optimistic about this band, so we'll see where things actually go. Apparently, vocalist Jury has some amount of social media following that is going to be helpful. I don't know. We'll see. Steve-O was saying something about her posting a clip and it like immediately had like 300 views, which then I looked at our Undecided stuff. I'm like, yeah, our most watched thing is Brain Eating Amoeba at like 380 views over the last 4 years.
Yes.
Our most watched Inside the Lie thing has like 50. But yeah, as I keep saying, I just want to play music. And I'm going to do what I have to do to be able to play music. Not the like this is some terrible burden being placed upon me, but yeah, I'll play bass. I'll play it as it's written and not make waves. I don't care. I'll be easy to work with and do what needs to be done. What are you thinking?
I was thinking about. So all my keyboard effects are in Reason 8, but I'm sure I could just get probably almost any other program. I'm sure there's hundreds of keyboard. Yeah.
And if you're doing everything MIDI that way and not using any built-in sounds, then it's
Really, the only thing I need is an expression pedal for the keyboard to be able to have like sustain and pianos and keyboards have like sustain, choke, and something else.
I have one that does the sustain for Mariah's keyboard, just
okay.
a single pedal. But that's it. I don't have, and my keyboard's only got the one foot pedal plug anyway, so it's just and it says sustain on it, and that's the only pedal it has. And I don't fully understand how to use that shit. Like I get the concept. I just
could just use that organ. I'd fucking go all natural and make everybody help me carry a full organ around.
Good luck with your back.
That would have the foot pedals as well, like the full 24. So it's got like, I think it's like 48, 48, and 24. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, I will take the 3 songs that we actually kind of have worked on and put them in another drive folder for you, and you can play with some keyboard stuff, and maybe then you can like record something and give it to me, and then I'll be like, hey, Cody came up with this, what do you guys think? Cody wants to play with friends.
Yeah, great. And it would just be cool. I'm like, yeah, I don't even fucking fake it till you make it stuff. It's always pretty fun.
And I don't, like I said earlier, I feel like it wouldn't be anything too crazy complicated on the keyboard stuff. You're there to kind of fill out the sound.
Yep. There is some high level shit I do want to learn on keyboard, like Boston. Oh my fucking god! If Smokin' isn't like one of the best songs ever written in the world, with a
Hocus Pocus by Focus.
Yes, precisely. That kind of shit is incredible and requires years. And those people went to like college for that shit. And you know, I don't know too much about dedicating to a craft quite like that, but I can fake it. why I only learned the fun parts of songs. I didn't learn the other half of Hangar 18. No, I went.
Only part of that song I know. But yeah, it'd be cool. They seem to do Fridays kind of late.
Well, I get out at like 5:30 most days because I'm pretty consistently on 10s. Or not 10s. I'm on 11s and 12s.
I think that's when Chris will be available. Seems to be Friday evenings. They were doing Sundays, I guess, but now Fridays. I don't know why Sundays didn't work. I don't know. I just show up on the day that they say, hey, we're going to jam. I try to be easy.
Yep. Oh, yeah, Shelby got me this when she went to the concert. She's like, hey, give me a shirt that I'll pay way too much for.
Please give them.
This is I think this is the shirt for the new album that I didn't like.
But
Maybe in 10 years it'll sound good because I tend to just not like things that are already established bands doing new things. I tend to not like. But if you're someone like Buried Alive and put out something new, oh, I'm going to think it's fucking sick. Yeah, I'm a terrible music listener. Like, it is awful the way I treat music that I listen to. Like, oh, you put all this hard work into making this full album? Let me go listen to the emo song by Adam and Andrew 20 times today. Which is not a 2026 appropriate song at all.
So what do you think? Should we play some music now that we've been streaming for 3 hours, or should we just kind of not play music today?
We'll probably skip out on music.
That is acceptable. The algorithm only cares that we're here and streaming. They don't care what we actually do.
Yeah.
They know no one's going to show up, but we got to put in the time anyway.
I had meant to ask if we wanted to start today out with the music, but then Ryan called. And I was like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, because I had wanted to start with music, and so I was kind of getting prepped to start there. And then Ryan called, and I'm like, oh, I guess we chat with Ryan, because Ryan hasn't been on in a couple weeks. And so that was preferable anyway.
And I'm actually gonna test out if streaming is possible on Starlink.
I mean, the biggest thing with satellite stuff is latency. I don't know what your upload speed is like. I feel like it's better on Starlink than past satellite stuff, but like it's going to be latency issues, which don't really matter with streaming. Yeah, you just fucking delay your stream. Big deal.
What about doing it to maybe make practicing instruments a little bit more fun? Like I'm committed to this. I've started streaming. I'm standing here at my desk and I'm just going through stuff. If people join in like you to talk or something, then that's it. And then if other people join in, I'd be like, hey, this Sunday, would you come over and watch us do this live? I don't know if any of the subscribers I have on YouTube would jump in to watch me do that or watch me play an old video game for the 1,000th time, which would make playing an old video game for the 1,000th time worth the time, Because then just be pointing people over, hey, musical things happening over here.
Couldn't hurt.
Undecided live stream, new band, woman singer. You know, let's build a career. Chat, help me build a
Eddie
career.
Munson on drums.
Yes.
You kids like Stranger Things?
Yes, they do.
Are we still pretending that season 5 didn't happen? All right, stream.
Chat
That doesn't exist. We're out of here. Oh, I guess I could have stopped that a while ago. Bye.